Hi, this is Mike from the Substream, and guess what? It's a day in a month in the year of 2010, or maybe 9, or 2007. You know what that means? That's right, there's a whole bunch of remake movies coming out, and personally, I would just like to say thank Christ for that. There's something comforting about remakes. You don't have to worry, for one thing, about that wave of revulsion that shoots through you, starting at the tips of your eyeballs and then punishing your brain before it tears ass down your windpipe, flips your guts upside down, and does something gross to your genitals whenever you're forced to look at something new or original. And another thing, remakes are a new version of an old thing, and the old thing is awesome. All of it. Anything old. So will Joe Carnahan's remake of Stephen J. Cannell's seminal mid-80s goofy action family TV show The A-Team be utterly ponage or totally to sucksores? We know, but we're not allowed to tell you because reviews are embargoed until Friday. So until then, we're going to count down the 4 best films based on 80s TV series and show you what the A-Team remake is stacked up against. Number 4, Michael Mann adapts his own show into a movie directed by himself, Miami Vice. Did you ever want to see 2 hours of Colin Farrell's hair blowing around in a boat, Cuba, and doing it to it with a chick? This is what that is. Number 3, the G.I. Joe movie. Just so close, it was really close, but it just edged out Miami Vice. How do you, if you were an actor, how do you get typecast as the silent guy that's really good at kung fu and you're not allowed to see his face? If you're Ray Park, who plays Snake Eyes, how do you have a reputation where guys are in an office in LA and they're like, well, there's a character who doesn't have any lines, he kicks silent ass and has a crazy mask on his face. Call Ray Park. There's only one guy to do it, and he's going to do it every time. Number 2, Masters of the Universe. This is a bit of an oddity because this was a remake of a TV series from the 80s that got made in the 80s. They didn't wait until remake craziness took over in the 2000s. And it was really ballsy because they made it in 1987, which was the precise period in time when nobody cared in any way about He-Man anymore. Now, Frank Langella, who's a really good actor, he started earlier in his career by winning a Tony for being in an Edward Albee play, and he recently, in 2008, got an Academy Award nomination for playing Nixon in Frost Nixon, but those 2 performances are mere bookends on either side of the nugget of pure genius that is his portrayal of Skeletor in the He-Man movie, which is better than Miami Vice and G.I. Joe. And the number 1 best film movie adaptation feature-length version of a television show from the 1980s is Chips 99. The Chips movie that they made in 1999, where they reunioned all the Chips people and made them be in a movie. How, you say, could Chips 99 be better than Miami Vice and G.I. Joe and Masters of the Universe? Well, don't take my word for it. Let's listen to an excerpt of the plot summary from our friends over at the Chips Wiki. John gives the order for Stormy to transport Ponch to the blood van. There's no place for them to land, so Ponch tells Stormy to land on an 18-wheeler. After arguing with one of the guys transporting blood, Ponch gets the cooler, ties himself to a line from the helicopter, and gets lifted out of traffic. He tells Stormy that he's used to it since he's been painting the Golden Gate Bridge for the last 10 years. Tough competition, A-Team. Have you got what it takes to stand with the best of the best? Or will you, having messed with the best, fail like the rest and get left in the garbage of a rest stop by the highway while Poncho flies over top, tied to a blood van. We'll see.